I've heard too many people complain about, oh my God, it's hot outside. I don't want to wear makeup because it's hot. Oh my God, it gets so oily. And then, oh my God. Girl, I live in Las Vegas. It is the desert. There is no breeze, okay? And I still be beating my face every single day. Let me show you how. MAC Fix Plus. Nothing on the skin besides my skincare routine. Let her dry. Let her dry, okay? You know when you accidentally delete a clip, but it was the wrong clip? Okay, so I added this Supergoop Daily Dose Serum. It has SPF 40, so that added a layer of SPF to the skin. Since I am going to be putting a little extra set to my face because it is hot outside, I want to have extra glow. So I'm using the Supergoop Glow Screen. This has SPF 40 inside of it, and she's a glowy primer as well. So this is a multi-use product. Now listen, bear with me. Every time we put on layers of products, we want to reset with the MAC Fix Plus. So that was like our little SPF layer, and now I just let it set. Today I'm going for a natural looking foundation, so I'm taking the NARS Natural Radiant Long Wear Foundation. I'm just taking like 3 little pumps. I'm gonna buff that around the skin evenly. Just a super nice thin layer, but still adds the coverage. After I blend it in with a brush, I always press it in with a beauty blender just to make sure it all soaks into the skin as one. Quickly just adding my concealer and my cream bronzer. I still do use cream products even though it is hot and things do melt in the heat. I just tend to set it with a powder version of whatever I'm doing. So if I use a contour, I'll set it with a cream contour, I'll set it with a powder bronzer. And if I use cream blush, I'll usually put a layer of a powder blush on top. All right, all the cream is added to my face. Now it is time to show y'all how I set. I'm taking the NARS Translucent Crystal Press Powder, and I'm just digging a brand new powder puff in there and pressing underneath my eyes, basically everywhere I added concealer to. I'm just putting on a thin layer of press powder as my first layer of setting. I also do press in wherever I tend to get oily, so around this area, but I do completely avoid this area right where the cheeks start all the way up the side of my face because I want that part to be naturally dewy. So I will set up here, but I want to leave this area open for the natural dew to come. I will go in lightly with a clean brush. Nope, it's not clean anymore. A clean brush, no powder on it, but I'm just going to lightly sweep underneath the eye and wherever I set just to make sure there's no clumps and everything is just smooth. Now go ahead and grab whatever powder you like to bake with or just extra set with, because I feel like in the summertime, I always go in with a loose powder. This is the Huda Beauty Banana Bread, and I'm taking that same powder puff, because why not, setting underneath the eyes, and then also on the other areas where I put concealer once again. So my forehead and my chin, but I just stay close to the center because I feel like everything else should have that natural dewy flush. I literally leave my powder on until it starts to kind of diffuse into my skin. As you can see, that's like a minute or so, and then I press it in and then dust, press in and then dust, press in and then dust. What do you think we do now? Set again, but this time I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. I tend to do this towards the end of the look, and I use the MAC Fix Plus spray towards the beginning. That's really all I do for the extra steps when it's hot outside and I tend to get more sweaty than usual, but I always will bring around a pressed powder and a powder puff because you know what, girl, it is really impossible to completely not get a little bit extra dewy or sweaty when it's super, super hot out. Like I'm talking like 100 degrees. So I always bring that around just in case, but I feel like this method really locks in my skin and gives me the ultimate summer glow at the same time. I'm going to show you guys the finishing look though, so stay tuned. Did a pop of color for the summertime and I'm ready to face the heat, y'all. Bring it.